Okay, so what if I told you that your company's most powerful marketing force is already on your payroll? Yeah, we're about to unlock how your very own employees can become your most authentic, most effective storytellers. Let's get into it.
All right, it all kicks off with this simple but pretty stunning number. Get this. Research from LinkedIn shows that your employees' social networks, when you add them all up, are on average 10 times larger than your company's official follower count. Just let that sink in for a second. That means one single thoughtful post from just one employee could reach a totally new audience. We're talking about a massive untapped network that you can tap into right now.
And that right there is the core idea of what we call employee advocacy. Look, this isn't about forcing people to post stuff. No way. It's about transforming your team into active, authentic ambassadors who actually want to share what makes your company great. You can kind of think of it as building a volunteer army of brand champions.
And wow, the benefits they're huge. You're not just expanding your reach here, you're also building deep trust, you're boosting your team's own engagement, and you're attracting top-tier talent. And the best part? It's all for a fraction of what you'd spend on traditional ads. It's like this engine for growth that's powered by your own people, not just a big budget.
Okay, so with benefits like that, why are we calling this an untapped superpower? Good question. Let's break down exactly why this is so critical right now. You know, it all boils down to one word: trust. Let's be real. We live in a world that is just saturated with corporate messaging, right? So people naturally trust recommendations from other people, people like your employees, way more than they trust some official brand post. That kind of authenticity, man, ad budgets can only dream of buying that.
And that trust, it translates directly into building a better team. I mean, check this out. Companies that are great at employee advocacy are 58% more likely to attract top talent and 20% more likely to actually keep them. So why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. Potential hires get an authentic, inside look at your company culture, and it's coming straight from the source.
All right, so the benefits are crystal clear, but the big question is, how do you actually build this army of advocates? Let's dig into a framework for success that empowers your team, but also, protects your brand.
Okay, first things first. The foundation for all this isn't some flashy tool or a super complex campaign. Nope, it's actually way simpler than that. It all starts with a strong company culture, one that people genuinely want to talk about, and that's supported by a really clear, easy-to-understand social media policy.
And hey, let's be clear on this. Your policy shouldn't be about control. It should be about clarity. It's really just about defining the rules of the road. What's confidential info, how to be respectful online, what our brand voice, the personality and tone we use, what that actually sounds like. The goal is to get employees to share with confidence, not with fear.
So, how do you actually motivate people to participate? This is where it gets really interesting. It's not just about money, I mean, sure, financial rewards can work, but sometimes something as simple as public recognition or investing in an employee's professional development, that can be an even more powerful motivator.
Okay, so you've got the strategy in place. Now what? Well, now you need the right tools to make sharing super simple and scalable for everyone involved.
So here's a look at what a modern advocacy toolkit might look like. A tool like Vulse is absolutely crucial here because it lets you provide pre-approved content. That makes it incredibly easy for your team to just share in one click. Then you combine that with tools like Canva for great visuals, and maybe a hub like Slack to keep everyone engaged and in the loop. The bottom line here is to remove as much friction as possible. Make it easy.
All right, theory is great and all, but let's see how this stuff works in the real world. We're going to look at how two very different giants of industry put these exact ideas into practice.
First up, Starbucks. What they did was build this huge external-facing movement. They came up with hashtags like #ToBeAPartner, and they just celebrated their employees, or partners as they call them, creativity. Remember that white cup contest? That thing went viral. They basically turned their baristas into community ambassadors by making them the heroes of the entire brand story. So smart.
Now on the flip side, you've got IBM. They took a totally different path. They didn't start with some big flashy marketing campaign. Nope. They focused internally first. They used social tools to solve real everyday problems for their own sales team. Think about it. They made it so you could find an internal expert fast. That cut down research time from hours to just minutes. That's a real win.
And this contrast is just perfect because it shows you how flexible this strategy really is. You had Starbucks, totally focused on external brand building and community. Then you had IBM,
focused on internal productivity and just solving problems. And you know what? Both were incredibly successful. It just proves that you can tailor advocacy to whatever your core business goal is.
So when you boil it all down, the crucial point that ties all of this together is this. The best, most successful programs are built on a foundation of trust. Your job is to provide the culture, the guidelines, and the tools, and then you got to get out of the way and trust your employees to be the authentic voices of your brand. It's really that simple.
And that leaves us with one last kind of provocative thought to chew on. Your team, they're already there. They're already passionate about the work they do. So the only real question left is, are you overlooking the most powerful and authentic marketing channel you already have?